Welcome to day 3 of our max strength block. So today we are going to have our 2 dumbbell, 2 kettlebell, whatever weight you want to use, split squat. We are going to go 3 sets of 8 on each side, and then we are going to have our cat-cow. That will be 8 total. All right, so for our split squat, you're going to want to have a weight in each hand. You're going to go ahead and get in your lunge position, shoulders back. You're going to go straight down and straight back up. All right, again, that'll be 8 on each side. Shoulders back, make sure your knee's not going over your toe, you're not leaning forward, and you're not leaning backwards. All right, then cat-cow, you are going to be in your tabletop position, tuck your chin to your chest, back gets pressed up to the sky, and then you are going to turn your belly button to the ground and look up. Okay, so again, that'll be 8 total. All right, so let's get started. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, and we're gonna go to our cat-cow. That'll be 8 total as well. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. All right. Set 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Cat-cow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. All right. Last set. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, cat-cow. Last one here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Good job. That was our A block. Now we're going to our B block. All right, so B block. We are going to have our goblet lunge to bench tap. That will be 3 sets of 6 on each side. Then we will have our standing bicycles. That will also be 3 sets, but of 8 on each side. All right, so whenever we are doing our lateral lunge, you want to have a chair or a bench. Or if you can't go that low, then how about you stack a blanket, stack some sort of object there onto the chair. That'll be a little bit higher for you. That way you don't have to go so low. Or if you just feel comfortable just standing and then giving it a slight lunge and back up, that is perfectly fine as well. All right, so whenever we're doing this, you want to have your heel about even to where your bottom is going to go. All right, you're going to have the dumbbell up at your chest. My legs are going to be wide. I'm going to sit, tap, and come back up to the top, okay? Keeping that chest up, making sure that knee is going in line with your toe and standing back up. All right, so that'll be 6 on each side. Then we're going to do standing bicycles. So from here, arms go behind my head. I'm going to crunch, tap my knee, crunch, tap my knee. All right, that'll be 3 sets of 8. All right, so let's get started. Again, going wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now standing bicycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Good. First set done. Now we're going to our second. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, now standing bicycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. On to our third and final set. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, standing bicycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right, good job. That was our B block. Now we're going to our C block. All right, so welcome to our C block. So today we will have dumbbell overhead press. That will be 3 sets of 10. Then we will have banded diagonal pull aparts. That will be 3 sets of 5 on each side. And then lastly, we are going to have dumbbell, kettlebell, plate, whatever you have, lateral raise. All right, and that will be 3 sets of 10. All right, so for our shoulder press, you're going to want to have 2 dumbbells. Bring them up above your shoulders. From here, you're going to overhead press, biceps to your ears, and back down. Make sure the dumbbells stay in line with that shoulder and don't go outside. All right. Then, with our diagonal pull aparts, you're going to have some sort of band. So all it is just diagonal, pull apart, and tap. So we'll do 5 on each side there. And then lastly, I'm going to be using a plate. We're going to go lateral raises. So we're going to sit on the edge of our chair, shoulders back. You're going to raise up as high as you can and back down. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. First set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, diagonal pull aparts. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now we're going to our lateral raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now we're starting over, back to our overhead shoulder press. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Go into our pull aparts, diagonal, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Now to our lateral raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Go into our last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. Go into our diagonal pull apart. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right. Lateral raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Good job. Now we are going to our finisher. All right, welcome to our finisher. So for our finisher, we will have our dumbbell or no weight glute bridge. You are going to hold for 30 seconds, and then we're going to go 15 seconds off. Next one, we're going to go plate, Pallof press. You're just going to continue pressing for the full 30 seconds, and then we'll rest for 15. And lastly, we will have our dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you've got, weight, side bends, working on those obliques, all right? So we are going to go first to our dumbbell or just no weight glute bridge, hold. So we're going to go in our glute bridge position, laying all the way flat. We're going to raise our hips up to the sky, squeezing our glutes and our hamstrings all the way up at the top, all right? So we're holding there. Then we are going to go into our plate, dumbbell, kettlebell, any sort of weight that you've got. Pallof press, hold. So we're going to be squeezing our core, making sure that we are staying perfectly still and engaging as hard as we can. Then we are going to go dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you've got. Side bends, shoulders stay up. You're going to bend over to the side, not forward, not backwards, directly in line with your leg. Squeeze those obliques and come back. We're going to go 15 seconds on each side there. All right, so let's start the clock and let's get going. All right, here we go. 5, starting out with our glute bridge. And hold. Make sure we're really engaging our glutes and our hamstrings throughout this entire hold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Three, two, one. Good. All right, now we're going to our plate Pallof hold. 5, 4, 3. Squeeze that core. Slight bend in your knee. Engage, engage. 5, 4, 3. Good. Now we're doing the side bends. We're going to switch at 15. Feet under your hips. Here we go. And switch. Three, 2, 1. Back to the glute bridge hold. Just hold up there as high as you can. If that's right here, that's fine. Here we go. Squeeze that core. And those glutes and those hamstrings. Everything through here is engaged. Three, 2. Good. Going into our Pallof press hold. Almost done. Here we go. 3. Engage that core. 3, 2, 1. All right, side bends. Last one. Almost done. 3, 2. There we go. And switch. Good job. All right, that was our day 3 of our max strength block. See you next time for day 4.